Hi, I thought today I would film my PC build here. It's all Ninja Turtles expired, so it should be fun. Let's get into it and I'll show you everything that's actually inside, and then we'll turn it on and you can see everything in action. So the motherboard is the MSI XE70E Gaming Plus Wi-Fi AMD motherboard. I kind of got it because of the amount of USBs on the back. I did plan on plugging in way too many, but fortunately I've decided to sort of keep my Mac, and I've got all my hard drives and everything sort of linked up to Plex, and now I don't have to change it, so that's a good thing. So the obviously AMD motherboard requires an AMD processor. So we've got the RYZEN 5. This one is the 5700X. Obviously this one doesn't have a cooler, which is good because we wanted our own cooler, which is Thermalright Frozen WARFRAME 360 black ARGB liquid cooler. The reason why we got this is because not only do the fans light up, but we can modify our little monitor screen here and make it whatever we want it to be. And since I'm going Turtles, it's gonna be Turtles. The graphics card, I didn't know what to get as far as graphics card was concerned. I thought 8GB would be enough, and then I was doing some research and I thought, you know, I want to play games as well as do things like creative stuff, like make videos and graphic design stuff, and I just basically found that 8TB wasn't going to be enough. 8GB, not terabyte. So I got the 16GB, but this is the AMD Radeon RX 7600 XT. Normally, I kind of hate Gigabyte, and I'll tell you why in a minute. But that graphics card is actually quite good. So the fans that are surrounding are the Thermalright C12CW-S. There's a pack of 3. Unfortunately, I've only used 5. Again, when I turn it on, you'll see why. That there's only 5 of those. The RAM is probably the next best logical thing. We've got 32 gig of Corsair's Vengeance RGB DDR5 RAM. Luckily enough, I could just throw it away and it doesn't matter. The memory, so for things like the programs like Windows, Photoshop, etc., that all goes on a 1TB Crucial SSD. Then for things like games and most little games and emulators and that sort of stuff, I've got that all going on a 2TB Crucial SSD instead. So then the system's always still running fast. And then inside the machine is the Corsair RM650E. And this is actually the second power supply that I purchased for this build. Reason being is because I bought this initially. This is the Gigabyte 750 watt modular power supply, and it didn't work. So I was like, okay, why did it work? I checked all my leads and made sure that everything was plugged in correctly, which they were, and then but for some reason it wouldn't power on, and so I ended up going onto Amazon and buying some more replacement leads for the system. Replaced them, still won't work. So I just resigned myself to buying the Corsair power supply. Then the system works. Now, as you can see, it powers up, which it wouldn't do in the first thing. So let's take you through the system itself. Excuse my hand. Whilst it's booting up, you'll see the screen in a minute. So there's 2 fans on the side. Obviously, this, you got glass here and glass around here for the case. Everything around the back is actually kind of messy because of leads, but it's just a normal backing case, and then you got like the I/O ports and all that sort of stuff around the back. Outside of that, there's nothing around there. So these are the only parts that you want to see. So as I said, you got a little 3D printed turtle sign, one of the collectible NECCA Raphael figures. This one's Raphael. I do have all 4 of them still in the box. All the fans go together. And then if I just put you up here for a minute so you can see everything. If this seems like I don't know what I'm doing, I go with that instinct. It's like the first video I've ever made, so if I'm a bit nervous and a bit I forget the words, I'm dyslexic as well, so but yeah, it's my first video to make, so if it's a bit clunky, then that's why. So as with the front screen, I wanted to make everything as close to Ninja Turtles as possible. So this is actually my wallpaper that's on the main screen over here. But as soon as I click this, that will change. But as you'll see, the cooling screen, the fan on the cooling screen, this screen here, will change to Ninja Turtles. Now I don't think you can see that really, but it's basically the introduction to the movie, like the 1990 movie, because I'm old and the 1990 movies are the best ones. And then on the front panel here is also like clips from those 90s movies. And yeah, that's basically the case. As you can see, it all lights up. Everything else is basically just standard computer stuff. The fan grills are basically these, and the reason why they are all why they're not all put in there is because every time I tried to, anytime I tried to I wanted to put 3 down one side, and because I knew the graphics card was going to get in the way, so I thought, okay, I can't put anything over here. So I wanted to put all 3, but as soon as I tried to connect, put them all in place, the top here would actually sort of bump together. So I just chose my favourite turtles. So up here you got Leo and Donnie, over there you got Raph, because the case is red, the turtle inside is red, everything else is red. He's my favourite turtle. So yeah, that's basically the case. If you wanted to get some of these custom grills, I'll put the link in the description below, so you can sort of see that. You can sort of buy those yourself. It's not limited to turtles. If you wanted to do something else, you can get Batman or whichever superheroes it's interested in to your liking. But yeah, everything else is like all the parts I'll also link below. Any comments, please feel free to put them down below. I'm also going to put in a link for a GoFundMe page, because as no doubt you probably noticed, I have no teeth, and I've had this GoFundMe page for a while, and that will basically get me back, that will basically help to get me back my teeth. And if you follow me on Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it, it's Jackson Rose 86 LP. So you can message there if you want to. But as I put on my thing there, I will do, when we actually get to the target, I'll actually do my Smeagol impression, which is probably a lot more fun than my voice. So if you want to hear the Smeagol impression, click on the link, donate as much as you can, everything is appreciated. And yeah, I hope you kind of like the case, the build. Thanks.